Greetings and welcome to another Alpha Magnets review. Today we've got a very special two-pack here. I'm just going to do the Man-at-Arms today, but this is the Masters of the Universe X Transformers Bumblebee Armor Man-at-Arms. There's been quite a bit of discourse about this specific figure, but that's kind of why I'm going to go over it. I do agree with a lot of people that this should have been Buzz Off. That would have made sense. A Bumblebee, and he's a B-Man. There's the thing. You could probably find these at Target, any Target you go to, because they made, I believe, an equal amount of Skeletor and Man-at-Arms. And spoilers, Skeletor's selling. Man-at-Arms, less so. I did manage to get a pre-order in for the He-Man and the Starscream version. So here's his stats, which that's cool. They included it. I don't keep boxes, but I am keeping these ones because these ones are special. It is He-Man and now if I find these later on on clearance, I'll probably just pick up a second one so I can throw these boxes out and keep that one in box, because I would like these in boxes. These ones also were unpunched because I ordered them from online. I ended up having to order three Man-at-Arms and then two Skeletors, because they had already shipped from the warehouse before they had their sale. But luckily, when I got them in, one of the Man-at-Arms was just smashed to hell, and the Skeletor had a bent part on it, so I just returned those two. There's very little keeping him in there. Now, if you know me, I love mashups. I love the idea of mashups. I love it when they're done well. The Godzilla Ninja Turtle mashup is done very well. This one, not as good. And even with this, so this is just a basic Origins figure. Looks like they used one of the parts from one of the Snake Men. Let's go down here. There. To get that, they did make a nice block. Oh, that's lovely. They did make a nice block here for the arm, so he looks blocky. But isn't Bumblebee round? Like there's things don't make sense. Now, the helmet's pretty cool. If I can get the zoom in. Focus. There you go. So the helmet is actually pretty cool. The chest plate's cool because it looks kind of like a front of a car. I know they didn't want to pay for Volkswagen, but I would have preferred his feet to be Volkswagen feet. That would have just kind of sealed the idea. You do get this little blaster here, which I'm sure is a pre-mold for some other figure down the line, because they love doing that. For this, you do also get a sword here, so you can use it as a sword, but it's also part of the shield. I love this shield. The shield's actually pretty good. And you do have an Autobot symbol on there, which honestly is the most surprising part about this whole thing. But if you do this and you slide this sword in here and you click it down, it turns into one of Bumblebee's stingers, which is probably the way that I will have it from now on, because that is a decent crossover figure. Now, is there a way to hold his gun while he's in that? Because this is one of the things that drives me crazy. I don't see any way to do that. He does have his mace. This is This is the Man-at-Arms portion of it, is his mace. He does have a nice little mustache. And then you can put this over here and get a Bumblebee movie styled. If you can get it in there. Jeez. There. You can see his eyes through there pretty well. Let's take a look at the mini comic that comes with it. I'm assuming that the mini comic's going to be the same for all of them. Maybe there's a wave 1 and a wave 2. Because, yeah, this is pretty much wave 1. I don't know if they're going to do any more waves than this. If they do, I really feel that Buzz-Off was a failure. That just shows the parts you can swap out. Nothing crazy there. So just off the front, by the Energon of Grayskull. They're probably going to do the same thing that they did for the not the Turtles, but the Thundercats, where this is like a different universe that they cross over in, so it doesn't count against the original, which is a cop-out. Blah, 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 blah. We got a whole bunch of junk there. Bumblebee. There's Skeletor with his Megatron armor. So they just, Energon gives them some superpowers or something. I really like the He-Man, and I like the Skeletor a lot. Or the Skeletor, the Scareglow. Yeah, I don't know. It's okay. Kind of. This is what I'm saying. That Ninja Turtle Godzilla one is next level. This, I think they could have. I think they could have tried a little harder to mesh the universes. You know, canonically. I've always said Galvatron should be the Skeletor, and you know what? They could still do that. But just color-wise, it matches. Like, a lot of people said Brawn would have been better for Man-at-Arms, and I kind of agree. Hound, maybe. I don't know. Because Man-at-Arms was kind of brawn-colored anyway, the orangish, that. He kind of looked like Brawn, too, so like that would have made way more sense than this. I don't know. I also extremely dislike it when you cannot, like, there's no holster, there's nothing for this gun. So this gun just kind of floats around forever. Now, it's weird. I didn't see anything on the packaging there. Oh, this is the other thing. So, mine had a cut right there in the middle. I just kept this one because it was the least smashed. Target, what are you doing? What are you teaching your people? Because it's kind of goofy. Looks like this. Oh no, you can't put it in there. I thought maybe you could do that. Because there is a hole down at the bottom that one would assume is for something like that. Maybe this. I don't know. I honestly, yeah. That might be what it's for. So let's see. No, because then you can't click it in there. Just perplexing. That's going to be my word for this. This is a perplexing option that they went with on this. If you know of a better way to hook this on, please leave a comment in below. This drives me freaking nuts. Like, they could have just made it where it went in his boot. That'd have been so good. Or give him like a hole in the back and have it clip on or this. Like, Don't give me extra parts. I hate that. One thing, if this is like some deluxe pack where he's got a bunch of hands or something, but no, this is just regular. Here's an extra piece that you got to hold on to forever now because it doesn't attach to the figure. Hope you enjoyed this review. I probably am not going to keep this on either because I really don't like this. So we're just going to have to put these in a little baggie and hope for the best. But yeah, this is not good. Man-at-Arms is getting like a 6 out of a 10 for Actually, no, let's make it a 5 out of 10 for mashups. Because I feel like they just kind of needed to sell a Man-at-Arms and they also needed to sell a Bumblebee. And they should have just waited for like wave 3 to do Man-at-Arms properly as Brawn. They did Starscream as Scareglow. Like, Scareglow was like a last year addition to He-Man. Like, come on, guys. Let's make some sense. I do have these, which I actually have a greener version. I just can't find any of them right now that match this better, that I will be selling.